Hi, welcome to this time-lapse video of character illustration of the Dragonlance hero Raistlin Majere. This would represent my typical process when I'm illustrating any character for concept art purposes. What I do is generally I start off with a rough drawing, focusing on things like gesture, movements, basic forms. In Raistlin's case, he's a red-robed wizard, so I'm drawing him in the process. He's casting a spell. He's in action, his hood down, which is not typical. Usually he's seen with his hood up. So after I do the underdrawing, now I go back in over top at tighter pencils. This is where, at this stage, we refine the mark making, the forms, figure out the details, how the folds work on the fabric, where light and shadow fall. Things that, you can't work out everything to show underdrawing. And nor should you. You should try to keep it loose and gestural with some energy. And I've heard it said before that a drawing doesn't get more energetic the further you work into it. So you want to capture as much energy as you can at the beginning. And then now at this stage, this is where you refine it. This is details and make it the drawing you want it to be. So at this stage, here I am just tightening all the lines, adding the details, the buckles, the folds, the magic potion, all the good stuff. For a drawing tool, I like to use the palette knife. It's a non-standard drawing tool. I like it because it gives me a variety of marks and line weight that provide an organic quality you don't normally get with a standard round brush. I like that. I'm a big fan of illustrator Robert Fawcett. He used to non-standard tools, beat up old brushes with missing hairs and bristles, and it gave him all kinds of interesting textures and marks. And I like that. I like the randomness to it. It gives it an organic quality and an unpredictability that is something you don't always get with digital work. Now that I've done the pencils and I'm happy with it, I go in and lay in my flats. I just block in the local values, the local colors for everything. So he's got red ropes, paint them red. He's got purple cuffs, paint them purple. Yellowish skin, so on and so forth. At this stage, it's the most important just to block in all your shapes, get your colors, not your shapes, your colors, and some tone. I do a little bit of tonal work here. After I do this cleanup process, I'll go back in with the burn and dodge tools, and I will, darken the darks, lighten the lights, do a little bit, which this adds more volume to the light, just improves the image quickly without having to render it in color. A few passes with the dodge tool or the burn tool, darken it up quite a bit, add that depth that you're looking. After that, on top of the lines, I'll go in with another brush, paint in the details. I try to approach this as if I'm drawing, not looking at it as if I'm painting, if that makes sense. I'm drawing over top of the lines. I'm drawing and thinking about it from a drawing perspective. I am, worried about value and how light moves across the forms. It's just, I find if I'm thinking from a drawing perspective for this type of artwork, it works better for me. If I'm worried about paint, if I'm thinking about it like I'm painting, I tend to miss the mark or get distracted. That's just me. Here I am just restating lights and darks. That's really what we're doing. You're making the lights lighter, the darks darker, adding in some detail of texture. This is not meant to be a finished illustration. It's meant to be concept. If I was to finish it as a fully realized illustration, the line work wouldn't be visible in the end. A lot more time. I like this process. It works for me. It's really great to quickly iterate, quickly establish what you're going for without getting too caught up the render. Here, we're just working on his face. I always like to save the face and hair for the last. It's the most fun part. It's the part that serves best to define the character. Viewers gravitate to portraits. They like it. And it tells you so much about the character, their emotion, who they are. And I like to save the energy that I have for that process. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe. And I give you Raistlin Majere.